My biggest challenge was to not lose who I was prior to those things.
So your first gig was Paulina Rubio, right?
Mm-hmm. So Paulina Rubio is like the Mexican, what Britney Spears is to us, I guess what she is to the Mexican community. So so she was like in like the Latin Mickey Mouse Club, like with Ricky Martin and Thalia and like, you know, other big Latin names. So I remember I just got an email saying, hey, there's an audition for Paulina Rubio. They're looking for singers and dancers for her tour. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went the next day. Getting to the audition, it comes to find out that they're only looking for one boy and one girl.
Woo!
And I was like, and as you said already prior, it was hundreds of people. And I was like,
oh my gosh.
And me being me, like I obviously, this is like my 5th month moving to LA. So I didn't know many people, but I knew enough people because I also was a work study at Millennium. And then also to seeing familiar faces prior to me moving to LA when I auditioned for So You Think You Could Dance. Like I would see all these familiar faces. So I remember me going and I would just always make a joke. I was like, well, I'm about to leave because there's a lot of people and, you know, but I was just like, stick it out, stay. And I did that. And one round after the next, they taught you a dance. And then the next round, you had to sing. And then the singing after that, you had to harmonize with people. And then you had to, I was like, oh my God. And then it was like the last few people left. And then they sent us home. And then the next day, my agent called me, like, you booked it. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? And that's how like me and Shonique, that to this day, I call Shonique my soulmate. That's where we met. That honestly was the start of it all.
Shonique was a choreographer for the Paulina Rubio tour. And then the next gig was Rihanna after that, right?
Next gig was Rihanna, next tour.
Yes, and then it started, not only was that his first job or a big job for Paulina Rubio, but that's where he met his best friend. She's the one that kind of helped him get mentally where he needed to be, like helped in every other way. So it's just amazing hearing the alignment and how God really takes care of people. And again, it's against the odds. I mean, can you imagine being the only guy to book something out of all these people? When I say a lot of people, it's like thousands. Most of the time there's a street or a sidewalk and people will be like gathered around all around the sidewalk, all in the parking lot and everything. And everybody looks good and everybody's good because we all moved out here, you know? So it's just a testament to pursuing passion, as we say, and defying the odds. Like he overcame those. You're such an inspiration and I appreciate you sharing that.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to share one more thing of the one girl that I auditioned with, who booked it, Melissa Garcia. It's just so crazy how God works. Is like, now we're peers, we're going on tour. I learned a lot from her because she was older. So she like schooled me. I was so green. She was like, no, we're going to do this when we go to Argentina and we're going to go see an Argentinian taco show and you're going to stop being some ghetto little hood rat from Miami. And you're going to eat $100 steak and we're going to watch a nice show. And then she ended up crossing over to the other side of the fence, the creative team. And she was pretty much one of the head people for the Britney Spears Vegas residency. So I got a call from her and was like, listen here, bitch. You know, this audition's happening and you need to get your body together. You need to start going back to tumbling. You need to do this, do that. I will put in a fight for you, but you need to get yourself this job. So, so she really looked out when like a new creative came in who didn't even know me, and she was like, "This is my pick. So you guys can pick whoever you want. I'm picking this person." Oh, and she really like looked out. So it's just crazy because that was a bridge that built years prior to, and then this is something that set me up in my opinion, where I became a boy to a man on this. Yes. You know, so that was really, really.
Oh, I love that story. And I'm glad she made you live life. Like, eat the steak. Like, we're not going to just do everything in the poor mode. Like, just enjoy everything, enjoy life, get out. You know, don't just be in the hotel and just perform, like, get out. So I love that. And I just love the progression of everything. Everything is so aligned and God is so amazing. And when I listen to this, or the universe, or whoever you believe in, like everything is just really, You believe in God. Whatever listeners believe in, like, it's just all aligned, and you really have the potential and the magic to set everything up for yourself. Two more questions. The first one is, so once you did get to your like dream jobs and everything, what was your biggest challenge? And I guess as a part B, was it everything that you imagined when you got there?
That was great. My biggest challenge was to not lose who I was prior to those things. Everything's so accessible. The industry, it's so bright and so shiny, but then it's also so dark and so grungy at the same time. So, it was hard to not get caught up. And I'll be the first to admit it. Like, yeah, there were certain moments where I did dabble in certain things, whether it be heavy alcohol drinking on tour. That's a common thing that people do, or even to, try drugs and stuff. It was like almost like my innocence kind of got stripped away, and it became like, I don't know, like I started to not like certain parts of me. And in fact, I started to then come back to who I was prior to. And then I started to just leave certain jobs. Like I was like, this isn't good for me. It's not good for my mental. Like I never imagined me walking away from a tour. And I did that twice because I was like, no, like I don't want to be in an environment that I could potentially again lose myself, because I'm so social, and I'm just so go with the flow. Like I love being on the same wave as everybody, so if everybody's doing one thing, it's hard. And I mean, I've done the opposite many times, but then I'm just like, how much do you relate to certain people? Not judging, not knocking, not anybody. It's just what's right for you. So that was definitely my biggest challenge, to not be caught up, because so many people do get caught up. I mean, look at all these celebrities. Like, you're the next best thing to these celebrities. So anywhere you go, it's like, here you go, everything's for free. Here So it's an interesting reality that comes along with this dream of yours that you have. So now with the knowledge that I have, like I love to shed light on the younger generation, and just be like, okay, you could still be cool and not do all of this crazy things. If you don't want to, don't do it, And I just recently lost my brother to making bad decisions and bad choices. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. That party lifestyle, it seems fun, like what on TV or in movies, or, but it's not worth feeling like crap for like a week later or 2 weeks later, or, and potentially losing your life. Yeah. And everything you worked for. I know that just got super deep, but that was a huge challenge.
That's a reality that I'm really glad that you brought up. The pressure is so strong there, and it can be so much pressure to just fit in and for people to be likable. So that's a big part of it too. Beside the talent, it's like be likable, because you're going on tour and stuff with people. So like it's a big challenge to really stay true to yourself. And I did a podcast where I was talking about how I got out of everything true to myself, but how it was super, super tough. So to hear Mikey say how strong he was, and to even walk away from big jobs, like that's huge. So I know that you'll really like inspire people, and I really encourage dancers to do something similar to Mikey, and really just make sure you don't get lost. And if you find yourself that way, then walk away, because there's always something else. There's always another door that can be opened. And look at him, he's still thriving. Okay, he walked away from those 2 jobs, but there was another job, I'm sure, that was around the corner,
Yeah, it was called the pandemic, and it was called no, I'm just kidding. No, after that, like, I got into casting. I was casting for World of Dance season 4, and like all the people that I met along this journey, like I was able to like put some of my friends on, like help. I didn't have that power to put friends on, but help them at least get to the right place to audition and to create a group and, fly out, do this. So a lot of my friends made it far on that show, and I was just so proud. So that was really, really cool. And then I did the voice for casting for them. So my singing friends, I was able to help them as well. And then after that, I ended up leaving casting to go to the Super Bowl with J-Lo. And then that's when the the world shut down.
Yeah, everything. But it's okay. Like, you know, we're all kind of starting over. I'm sure you got some kind of revelation from the pandemic. And, you know, I think that was a time when your brother issue, right? So you needed family time. So I think it all like worked out.
Last year was crazy. I ended up moving back to Florida for 3 months. From Florida, I moved to Georgia for another 3 months. And I was like, I'm going back to LA. Like, I missed it so much. LA is like my soul. Like, I felt like another part of me died when I left. As soon as I left, like as soon as I shut that U-Haul door, I was like, like suffocating. I couldn't do it.
And I remember that truck and just you leaving. And I just remembered, even for me, although I don't see you a lot, I was just like, everything's so different. Like Mikey's gone and like people are moving, and it was really, really different. But I'm glad to see you back. And you're supposed to interview with me a while ago. So
I was the slow one on
all
this.
3 different places, and we finally get into the interview. We are already back in LA. So like,
look, I'm finally back to the Mikey that I know, you know. So I didn't know who this Mikey was this past year. I'll tell you that. He was not there. I was checked out. So I'm fine.
No, a lot of us were, you know, but it always works out. We're back, and he has his reminders behind him, the pictures and everything. So, you know, we back. Hey, did you have any like closing words or advice for people that may have been in your shoes or want to dance? Anything for the younger generation?
Yeah, anybody for the younger generation, especially, there's only one of you. I know dancers are replaceable, right? Like if someone gets hurt, they can get somebody, but there's only one of you. So just focus on not comparing yourself. Stay in your lane, even if you're the only one. That is fine. That's even better. But if you're, you know, in a lane where there's a lot of other people, again, like just keep doing you. Don't lose yourself. My biggest thing that I always say is there's a difference between being hungry and thirsty. And, you know, thirsty is, it's a distasteful taste. You know, it's just like, yeah, what am I sipping on? I'm sipping on whatever to get to where I think I want to be. And then when you get there, it's just like, okay, what's next? And it's like, But being hungry, yeah, have that fire, have that hunger, you know, be that lion, go after it, and get it. Be kind. There's shady people out there, but if you continue to be yourself and be kind, like that is what overrules everything. And I see it, you know what I mean? Like I see it. So this is something I could talk about because I'm just like, I've seen some shady, messy things, and the good people are crawling higher, you know, and walking farther. And that to me is such a beautiful thing to witness. So it's important. And that main thing is it's possible. Anything you want to do is possible, especially being out here in California. It's limitless. So you can literally do whatever you want to do. You can be a dancer, you could be an actor, you could be a singer, you could do legit anything you want to do. Be nice to people and pay it forward. I learned this from Shonique. Pay it forward. You know, like pay it forward. That's it. Somebody do something nice for you, you return that favor. You know, don't force it, but you know that there's going to be another young generation quickly right behind you. So help them, you know, help them, give them the insight that you've learned along the way.
I love that. Thank you so much. You was preaching to me, so I'm like, thank you. I should have said the younger generation just for everybody, because it's a word for everybody, including me. I'm the older generation, so you know, that was still great for me. And you know, one thing about Mikey, he really lives those words. Like he is really one of the kind of souls that I've met. He don't take no crap though, so don't be trying to mess with him because he's gonna say, listen, you're gonna see the other side. But like, talk about paying it forward. Like he always, like I said, he always helped me out, but he's always looking for a way to help people. But I've seen some people help him too, and I just really see the loop and I see how it really helps. So that inspires me to say, just do something good and not be looking for anything in return. Just be kind and do something good, and then you just will see blessing after blessing. But even if not, it still always feels good to help people. And, you know, he may not have thought anything about like helping me get my first carnival or anything like that. But for me, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'll never forget it. It was years ago now. And still, like, I'm so grateful. I'd be thanking God for him. And one day when I'm a millionaire, he's going to get a surprise in there. And be like,
hey, do it. I'm ready.
I learned to write stuff down, so I need to get my calendar and write it down. And then surprise deposit for Mikey.
Look, and you did that to me too before I left. I remember you coming to, you came over and then you gave me a card and it has something in it, like for
it was so small.
No, but that was so kind. Like I was just like, wow, she's so amazing. Like that is amazing.
I was like, get you a taco for $1.
I ate it too.
It used to be 59 cents, but it's probably at $1 or $2 now. So probably get you 1 or 2 tacos, but the heart was there now.
I knew the intent behind it. No,
you get no chalupa, just a taco.
All right. Hard taco. Get hard. No lettuce.
Don't do extras, no extra cheese and stuff now. But I want to say thank you so much. I can't wait to air this episode, and you're going to touch lives. So thank you for helping me pursue my passion and for helping others.
Thank you.
Purpose is always to help people. So you're definitely living your purpose, and I want to live mine.
Love you. I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
My passion propellers. Do you get it yet? Passion propeller means like propel forward and whatever your passion is. It is. So, because you was like, I don't know what all that means. So I'm like, well, everybody else may be kind of confused too. So I'm like, we may need to write this down so they can kind of put 2 and 2 together.
As a propeller.
Yeah.
I get it. You know, she's a little slow. I count to 8.
She's not slow, but it was just a little bit much for everybody to hear right away. So that's what it means. All right, but I'm really going to let you go. And thank you so much. Love you. Bye. Love you, boo.
Love you, boo. Bye.